All right, so welcome once again to this class. At the end of the class, you would all appreciate what we have to do today. All right, so we want to use what we call the sum, the count, and then the average. Now, previously, we used to use sum if, count if, and then average if. Okay. Now these ones were for only single criteria. You couldn't use it for multiple criteria. So even if you want to use sum if for multiple criteria, you need to add s to it. Sum ifs. If you want to count more than one, you need to use count ifs. The same applies to average ifs. But now developers of Excel sat down and then they brought out the sum, the count, and then the average. Now these ones are both single and multiple criteria. And so anytime you are solving an if situation, you can use the sum for both single criteria and multiple criteria. You can use the count to count numbers of single criteria or multiple criteria. The same way you can find the average of a single criteria or multiple criteria. So these are the questions. There are 5 questions here. And so we would want to use the sum, the count, and then the average to solve it. Now, so the first thing we need to do here, if you look at question 1, it says find the total salary of employees living in Ashanti region. Now, the first thing you need to do if you are using the sum, so this one we are finding the total salary, is what? The sum. Previously, we would have used sum if. But now we want to use the sum. Now, the sum has 3 arguments. The 3 arguments are the database, the field, and then the criteria. Now, the database is the entire table. So you select the entire table you are working with. Now, the field is, because we are using the sum, the field is that field you want to add. So if it is salary you want to add, this is the field, this is the column. So you can either use the column name, which you put in quotation marks, or you write the column number. So here, the column number for salary is 4. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Okay? Now, if you are using D, the first thing you need to do is to write down the criteria. First thing, you need to write down the criteria. Now, if you look at question 1, it says find the total salary of employees living in Ashanti region. So the criteria is what? Ashanti region. People living in Ashanti region. So if you look at question 1, the criteria is region Ashanti. Okay? Good. So now if you want to find the total salary of employees living in Ashanti region, we use the sum. So the sum, the first argument is database. So you select everything here. Comma. Now the field is the column that you want to add. The column you want to sum or add. So this is the column. That is column number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Column number 4. So you write 4. Now the criteria is region, which is Ashanti, this one. Okay, select that. Enter. So the total salary of employees living in Ashanti region is 5,400. Anytime you are using the sum, the count, or the average, the first thing you need to do is read the question and then know the condition. So if you read the question 1, you can see the condition is people living in Ashanti region. So the criteria is region Ashanti. Okay, good. Now let's go to the second one. It says that the total salary of employees who are more than 20 years. So with this one, the criteria is what? Age more than 20 years. Age more than 20 years. So age more than 20 years. Okay. So if you want to find the total salary of employees who are more than 20 years, it is equal to the sum. Now the database is the entire table. So you select the entire table. You select the entire table, comma. Now the field is the field you are adding. So what field are we adding? Is the salary. So the salary is column 4. So you just write 4, comma. Now the criteria is age greater than 20. So you close the bracket, enter. So 12,800 is the salary of employees who are more than 20 years. Okay, that is good. Now let's go to question 3. With question 3, it says find the total salary of employees who are above 20 years and live in Eastern region. All right, so with this question, you can see there are more than one criteria. The first one is age greater than 20, and the region is Eastern. The first one is age greater than 20, and the second one is region is what? Eastern. Okay. All right, so we use the same DSUM. So equal to DSUM because we are finding the total salary. DSUM. Now the database is what? The whole of this. Okay. Now, comma. Now the second argument is field. Now the field is what we are adding. Here we are adding the total salary. So it is this field. So column number 4. Now the criteria is everything. So you select everything here. That is why it is important that if you are using the DSUM or the count or the average, you need to first of all write down your criteria. So this is it, enter. So 4,009, it says the total salary of employees who are above 20 years and live in Eastern region is 4,900 Ghana cedis. Okay, good. All right, let's clear everything here. Now, question 4, it says that find the average age of employees who are in Ashanti region. Find the average age of employees who are in Ashanti region. So with this one, you can clearly see that the criteria is what? Region Ashanti. Region Ashanti. Good. So with this one, find the average age. So we use what? Equal to the average. All right. So it has the same 3 arguments: database, field, criteria. So the database is the everything, the entire table. The field is, it says find the average age. The field is the age. Now it is the age we are looking for. Average age. So the age is column 3. So you write 3. The criteria is this. Okay. Good. So the average age of employees who are in Ashanti region is what? 21 years. 21 years. Good. So let's go to question 5. With question 5, how many employees earn more than 2,000? How many employees earn more than 2,000? So this one, the criteria is what? Salary greater than 2,000. Okay. So now, because here we are counting the names, we need to use the count. But because it is names, we need to use counter. So, with count, we have this and we have this. Sorry. We have this and we have this. So we use this to count for numbers, this to count for numbers or numeric values, and we use this to count non-numeric values, names or text. And so because we want to count these employees, we cannot use, because we want to count this, we want to count names of employees, we cannot use count, but we need to use counter. Okay, that is good. So we still use D. So D counter, it has the same three arguments, the database, the field is what we want to count. Now the field is 1 because we want to count the number of employees. And then the criteria is those who are earning salary more than 2,000. Okay, we close the bracket, enter. So you can see that only one person earns more than 2,000. Only one person earns more than 2,000. And then from the table, you can see it is comfort. Okay, it is comfort. Okay, so I believe we all understood this class. If you have any question, please write it down in the comment section and I'll respond to it. Thank you so much. Bye.